It's exciting. It's a higher level than I've ever had in a preseason. That probably has to do with the fact that we had 3 weeks off, but then again, that's a good thing, right? I'd rather have that than go out after the regular season and have 3 months off. So I think we're all a little bit tired, but at the end of the day, it's fun. We're happy to be back.
How's that kind of going to impact you guys, you think, going the season? I mean, you have the 12 games on the road, which you'll need to manage. You're coming off a short off season. Is the fact that you're maybe further along now a positive, or are you going to have to deal with fatigue?
I think it's ultimately a positive. Obviously, if you look at the levels and trainings and the competition aspect of it, it's higher than I've seen in my previous year. So I think it's going to be a good thing. I think the boys needed more of a mental break than a physical break. We're athletes, so we're built to kind of push our bodies and continually be moving at all times. So ultimately, I think it comes down to getting away mentally from the game as opposed to physically.
Last year was a pretty big year for you. You know, you solidified your spot in the starting lineup, and then you went and got married in the off season. It's just looking back on last year, but it was nice for you.
Yeah, sitting back and reflecting at New Year's, it was a year to remember. But with a lot of good times and success comes the want and the need to do it again. So as much as last year was and how fun it was, if I went out there and, for lack of a better word, shit the bed this year, then everything's lost in my eyes. So I need to go out there and perform just as high day in and day out. And just approach trainings in a positive way. Obviously, we still have a few weeks to get back into it, but I think that, I hopefully put down some solid building blocks to work forward the season.
In terms of, needing to go out and perform again this year, obviously the team has said they are going to sign a right back in the next few weeks. How do you kind of view that, knowing someone else is going to be coming in that you're going to...
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, hypothetically, if someone was brought in to take their job, I'm sure they wouldn't be incredibly excited and be like, yeah, let's bring in as many people to come take my job as possible. So ultimately, that's part of the process. I think it's pretty fair to say that going into each year, I've never been the #1 guy. And I'm okay with that. I've ended up playing a decent amount of games. I think I've shown my worth, and I think that I've progressively gotten better each year. So whoever they bring in, it's going to be good competition, and I'm always using that to push myself to get better. So by no means am I going to be surprised if and when someone else comes in, but at the end of the day, it's just more motivation and more fuel for my fire. I watched an interview recently with Kobe and Shaq, and Kobe used anything and everything to motivate him to become the best player he could be. And for me, I try to use the same mentality. So whether it's people in the media talking bad about me, whether it's fans, whether it's opposing fans, or whether it's someone in direct competition with me, I'm always going to use that to push myself and let the chips fall where they may.
Do you think that has helped you maybe have the right mentality or be able to get that motivation, knowing every year that you basically had to fight for your position and been able to prove that you are good enough?
For sure. I've never felt comfortable going into a year, ever. Maybe in Norway once where I was the only right back. But besides that, these MLS teams are higher budgeted, and there's a lot of great players in and around the MLS. Alves was a very great player that pushed me day in and day out. So whoever else they bring in, whether it's Kevin or Mauricio, whether they want to come in, I'm going to use that to push myself to get better. Obviously, I think I can help the team. I think I showed that last year, whether it's on the left, right, even playing in the middle for a few moments here and there. But I believe in myself, and I'll try to use my qualities, whether it's my voice, whether it's the vocal leadership, whether it's some of my experience, to try to get myself on the field.
How important was it for you to want to sign that new contract right at the end of the season?
Yeah, it was exciting. I love Portland. So does my wife. We love being here. We love the people, and for us, it was a no-brainer. And it was one of those things where, you go in and talk to Gavin, and I think we had a very good understanding from day one that, I wanted to be here and they wanted to keep me. So it's just a matter of let the chips fall in terms of the contract stuff. So it was a very easy process, not very stressful, and I'm happy to be here. But then again, that doesn't guarantee playing time. Just because I stay here, just because I've had good years in the past and made good relationships and things like that, doesn't guarantee playing time. And ultimately, I want to go out there personally and help my teammates, because my teammates are giving their all for me. It's the least I can do to give them my heart and soul every game and hopefully help them to some wins. And let's get a championship, No more of that losing the final stuff.